Other way. Yes, only 1 month off for Pride of Longbridge, and it was my plan to take this car, Billy the Rover.
Billy the Rover.
That's enough of that. Because I've said in a previous video on a different channel that actually this car suits me quite well with its rugged good looks. No, that's ridiculous. And stop messing with the camera angle now. Anyway, as much as this car suits me and as much as I like it, the star of the show will always be Nigel. And Nigel has got a new MOT. Ugh. Yes, very, very impressed. I thought I'd just chance it yesterday. I was thinking it's probably not going to go through. It's scraped by. A couple of the tyres are close to the limit. The shock has got a bit of leakage. And, well, that's it really. But even so, I'd like to do some more work on this car before it gets shown again. And I've got a few days before I can tax it anyway. Things have changed a little with Nigel since it was last shown. I mean, the lockup having some colour, not really relevant. That door having some colour, not really relevant. Having a Nigel umbrella, courtesy of the bats, relevant, because I'll take this with me, because it's bound to rain, isn't it? Nigel himself has 2 new colour changes since he was last seen. Of course, the plum carpet, the BRM gear thingy, and the rather exciting headlining, which I'm still quite pleased with actually. Ideally, I would like to have some new wheels on it, some Cosmos wheels. That's a possibility actually, a possibility indeed. But more importantly, at the moment, is to check a few of the oily bits out. Ah yes, the mechanical side of things. Now see, recently I lent this car out and it came back with an oil leak and a big coolant leak because one of the clips had come off and I don't know whether any damage was done. So that's something I'll enjoy finding out. Anyway, stop messing with the camera angle. That will all become rather clear over the next 26 days or so after I tax it and run it around with a silly smile on my face. Hopefully, it will be fine. But in the meantime, some jobs. First one, stop messing with the camera angle. Well, I need to just check the fluids actually don't disappear too quickly for one thing. And then ideally I could do taking the back bumper off because I caught it ever so slightly. I've never admitted this, but I caught it when I parked it right over in that corner that time. With a 1,000,000-point turn, I scraped it ever so slightly on the back wall, you see? And it's also just a bit on the loose side now, so I'd like to fix that. But actually, the very first thing I'm going to do is just clean the car up inside because it's quite grotty. Quite grotty indeed. I'll do that as soon as I finish going around in circles. Yeah, it's not really been cleaned out since I lent it out, so there's quite a lot of stuff to sort out. That this seat has had something clearly spilt on it, and I will say not by me, and it's caused mould on there and down there as well, which is disgraceful, and I'm going to clean it up. But the thing is, when you have cars like this just knocking about in the yard, they do end up being used to just store stuff, just put things in that you can't be bothered to put away properly, such as items of clothing. And that gets me thinking, obviously the car is itself, but what about me? People need to recognise me. Should I wear something familiar? Should I wear my usual orange hoodie that I seem to wear almost every single day? And yes, it does get washed. Or something slightly more unexpected, like a Christmas jumper. Yeah, that would suit a nice spring day, wouldn't it? Or my pinstripe suit jacket. And I can almost do the button back up. Oh, look at that, I can. Oh. Yeah. This fit me when I was 41. Doesn't now, does it? I'm also thinking of more things to make this more of an occasion, a celebration. So,
Real
the dog
talk.
won't be coming along. How about dog and bone? And gifts for people I know who I'll see there. So, Jazz, tapes for Simon.
Not splendid poodles.
Once I get finished tidying the car up, I'm going to prepare a box which I shall gradually fill up in the back so I don't forget things. Over the years it's always leaked into the boot, and I thought maybe today I'll find out exactly what the problem actually is. It'd be nice to have a carpet back in there again at some point. Just there, which is dripping from somewhere. But where? Where's it running from? And after that soaking, we have quite a bit of water suddenly appearing in the boot. And at least I know it's coming from here. I've just plugged this back in, but I don't think it is that. That doesn't really seem to want to properly seal there. It's not too bad though, I shouldn't really let any water in. It's not coming from the roof rails because it was leaking long before I put those on. Washed and dried and ready to go to the ball. Oh, I forgot about that. What's it doing? Oh, that's no good. Well, that's a bit strange. Somehow the brake light is being triggered whilst the boot is closed. Curious. Does that mean I've got another short somewhere? It's not even gone back on the road and already it's going wrong. Sake. I had made my mind up in a previous video that you hadn't seen that this is the car I was going to take to Pride of Longbridge because it is more me now. But really, a Rover car show without Nigel, oh, that's just wrong, isn't it? Hello, I'm Mustard, and this is Nigel. One of the advisories on Nigel's MOT was the driver's side front shock absorber weeping a little bit. Got a bit weak. Just so happens I happen to have this, which is probably the right part. Removing the entire suspension leg should be quite easy. It is only 5 nuts. How difficult can that be? 5 nuts. 5 nuts, take it off, put the new one in, do the nuts back up. If that goes wrong, I'm going to start wearing a hat. Did you hear any of that? No, of course you didn't, because the sound went off. It happens, isn't it? This is a bit stuck on, but I'm just going to have to persevere. I've put some oil on it, I've waited 10 minutes, I've made a cup of tea, and now I'm sitting back down again, ready for progress. Fucking hell. Oh, that's way too stiff. Oh, that just feels like something's going to break. Oh, Jesus. That is ridiculous. I'm bending the breaker bar. It's only a 15mm nut as well. Yeah, that's definitely bending. Bollocks. That's not really going to come off like that. It's just going to break, isn't it? Foiled. I don't actually know what the torque setting is for that particular bolt, but that's not factory. No, that's been taken off and done up before with someone with something like a 1200 Newton meter buzz gun ugga dugga thing, and then put it down and went and bought himself a 2000 Newton meter ugga dugga to make sure it wasn't going to come off. Hi, how much do you charge? I wonder whether it's worthwhile just giving it one last go with one great heave. But I'm at risk of breaking the socket here. Do you ever think screen wash smells a bit like jam donuts? Anyway, that is the end of this particular episode because there is nothing I can do to get that bolt off with the current tools that I have. That means I need help from somewhere else or to buy some other kind of extraction tools and a bigger breaker bar that really shouldn't be needed at all. Now, of all the jobs on a car that I don't particularly like doing and I will shy away from, it's always been suspension components. And it's because of that. It's because of exactly this. You have all this heavy metal components stored underneath the car, often taken off at one point and put back together again by someone who's just a little bit too ambitious with the breaker bar or the ugga dugga, and then it doesn't want to come apart again. Years and rust and over talking things cause major problems for people like me. I don't like ending up regretting starting it, because you start it and if you ruin it, then it makes it more difficult for the next person that comes along to try and do it. Thing is, it's got its MOT. Ideally it needs that shocker replacing. That's really it. I'd quite like it to drive as well as it used to do. I'm sure Fix It Carl can sort it out for me. He's a good chap. And now we're at the all familiar part of the video that a large selection of people that started watching it once have got to. And that's where I say thank you for watching, and thank you for liking, and thank you for being a subscriber, and thank you for being a channel member, and thank you for not pressing the unlike button like sometimes people do, even though they've not even watched the video. I've had that a few times. You don't even know what you're disliking. And now that I've made that decision, I'm looking forward to it much, much more. Not that I was thinking, oh, I don't really want to go because I've got to take this. I didn't think anything like that, but now I'm taking Nigel. It's just, I just feel so happy about it. I really do. I'll be able to drive it in a couple of days as well. Ah, there we go. There's a decision to make. I can't have 3 cars being taxed. I have the family car and my fun car. So this one's just going to have to languish in the yard for a month. I feel bad about that. Poor thing. I don't think I've ever looked forward to a car show quite as much as I'm doing with this one. Maybe not since Gaydon, the first time. Even then I weren't thinking about it a month beforehand. But now I'm thinking about the things I'm going to take with me. The preparation. Oh gosh, preparation. Being prepared. Actually thinking about what I'm doing. Ooh, very nice. Sandwiches. Oh yes, I mean, I don't eat bread very often at all these days, but making my own bread to take with me. Oh, I do like the sound of that. Egg mayonnaise. Except maybe not the mayonnaise bit. Cheese, that's it. Cheese and pepper and mustard. Oh yes, on freshly made bread, sourdough, and may even clean my flask out.